Hi folks, in this short video I'm just going to go over this code page with you. It is drawing number 1 from your code assignment number 1. This drawing, which is actually 2 separate drawings, is worth 1%. The rubric is completely here on all the sheet. Make sure you complete everything that's asked for. With a little bubble, we're going to be drawing or talking about the relationship between the fitting allowance and the centerline radius. It's not always true, but most often they are one and the same to within a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch. In this particular code, we're talking about a short radius 90, and what happens when you have a short radius 90 is it slows down the flows of your drains, and it can cause problems getting drain cleaning cables down the drain. A cable will often go through 190, short 90, but if you get a second short 90, it starts to get bunched up. Same with cameras and the cables they go down with. So you have to be careful when you're using these short radius 90s. The code itself simply states that 90-degree elbows, there are some exceptions, 4-inch or less, that have a centerline radius that is less than the pipe size. So example, a 4-inch 90 with a centerline radius that's less than 4-inch, so say 3 7/8, shall not be used to join 2 soil or waste pipes. I have the key terms for here down for you. That's what I'm expecting to see in the drawing, and then an explanation. This is where I equate the centerline radius to the fitting allowance. And that represents the radius represents the curved portion of the fitting. There's a couple of drawings here as well. So this is the centerline radius from the center of the circle out to the middle of the fitting. So it's talking about this one. This happens to be a long radius 90. This code's talking about the not permitted 90, which is this one, so it's fairly short. When it says, yes, the engagement is straight and the body is curved, that's correct. So we're talking 4-inch 90 or less. So that's 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/2 inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, or of course the 4-inch 90. We're talking about the pipe size and the radius being different sizes, with the radius being smaller. And it says they're simply not permitted. This code does say nothing about long radius 90s, so if it doesn't say anything, then you're good to go. So you're assuming that it's permitted, which it is. There are always exceptions to the rule, and in this case we have an exception where short 90s at the top of a vertical drop. So to give you an example, if the waste is coming along and drops and heads down, then you're allowed to have a short radius 90. Also, when you come out of a wall, so let's say this is your sink looking down at it, and you come across the wall and then out to underneath the sink, this is allowed to be a short radius 90 as well. And then the last place you're allowed a short radius 90 in the drainage system we're talking is underneath the toilet. So if this is your toilet, this 90 underneath the toilet is also permitted. So those are the 3 exceptions to the rule. What you're going to be doing for me today in this space provided is you're going to be drawing a 90-degree elbow. One, perhaps a short radius 90. I would suggest you draw a 4-inch elbow in here with a 3.5-inch radius. And then on this side, I'm going to suggest you draw a 4-inch 90 with a 4.5-inch radius, or 4 1/4. 4.5 probably shows better, and you'll want to use a scale of 3. Anyways, that's for another day or another video. I'll do these drawings for you. Not exactly, but I'll do a version of them. But that's your snapshot of this code. I guess the other thing I should mention is that there's lots of pushback on this code. A lot of people disagree with it. And they're right to disagree because it's only good about 99% of the time. So there are outliers. These 2 elbows would break my rule that I've created for you, or the relationship between a fitting allowance and a centerline radius, but most often these are the two you're going to be dealing with, and that's what we're drawing. Anyways, any questions about these, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to go that deep. We're just going to start with the basics. See you soon.